Did you ever feel that way about your father?
I mean, honestly, my mom is my hero. And my father, I am grateful for first his genes. My dad has great hair, and I got that.
Miley Cyrus is getting candid. The pop star sat down with David Letterman for Netflix's My Guest Needs No Introduction, in which she spoke about a range of personal topics, including her time on Disney Channel's Hannah Montana and her relationship with her parents. Miley first talked about Beyoncé, with whom she recently collaborated on their joint single, Two Most Wanted, from Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter album.
I am not very active, I would say, or very a part of my community of other like artists and entertainers and celebrities. It just doesn't feel like my people when I'm in that room. But there are certain artists and like Beyoncé who I like us. We've known each other for a long time. When I was probably 15, I performed with Beyoncé, and all the girls, I was like sandwiched between, you know, Rihanna and the Queen Bee, and they're like fully grown up, gorgeous, like probably similar to my age now, towering over me, completely stunning. I'm like super small, have acne, have a braces on the back of my teeth, and I'm standing next to like Mariah Carey, who's dripping in diamonds, and Beyonce was so kind to me. And I've now, just from seeing her, I've created like a relationship, maybe a bit more in depth. We haven't ever had this conversation, so now maybe you and I might be more friends than I'm friends with Beyonce. But Beyonce and I have the kindness and the consistency is everything. So I'm a part of my community in that way, but it's all quality, not quantity. I'm not very active in that.
The Flower singer went on to speak about her time on Disney Channel's Hannah Montana, which catapulted her into fame. Miley shared how excited she was to get the gig, especially because she says she was bullied while in school.
When they first were doing the casting, they did not hire me, and they did shoot a pilot with another girl, and then they showed it to the people, they showed it to children, and they weren't relating with her.
The little brats?
Right, they didn't like her. I love them for that. And so then I was like at home in Tennessee growing. I was like trying to just get my canine teeth to come down.
So are you a school kid at this point?
I am, yeah, I'm at school.
Yeah.
And they called me and they said, come back out.
When you say the entire family moves from Tennessee to LA, who are we talking about?
So at first it was just me. My mom is gonna be better at this. I have a terrible memory because I also inherited the narcissism from my father that I don't know anything about my siblings except for the part that I was doing.
Wow.
So it's true. It's okay. It's okay. I was moving to LA, and that's all I really knew. And I was so young, too, that I was just excited that I was going to get to be on Disney Channel because I watched Disney Channel.
No anxiety about leaving school, leaving friends?
Oh, I was so stoked. I did not like being at school. I had major bullies. I was bullied terribly.
Bullied on what grounds?
When I was in 6th grade, it was definitely hard to it's hard being a girl in middle school. You have a son, right? Having a girl, it's a different world. So middle school, again, not looking my best. I was also very small, so the bigger girls would kind of like physically push me.
Yeah.
They were verbally abusive and like actually violent. And so I was like scared to go to the bathroom at school because I would be scared one of the bullies were gonna beat me up. And I was just, I really did not have a pleasant experience in school.
The 31-year-old added that her perfect life would be like the synopsis of her TV show. Normal by day, superstar by night.
Was it fun? There's a lot of work, eh?
Like I said, it's fun and it's hard, but it was both. It was both. I mean, I was asked the other day at a small dinner with my friends, we were playing this game asking these kind of in-depth questions, and they asked me, what would my perfect life look like? And my perfect life would kind of be the synopsis of my TV show. It would be to be normal by day and a superstar by night. And one of my wishes is to travel the world anonymously, to be able to walk down and experience cities that I've been to, but I've been on tour. That would be my perfect life, is to be exactly who I am right now, but to travel anonymously.
Miley also shared more about some of the people closest to her, including godmother Dolly Parton, mother Tish, and father Billy Ray. The singer says that Dolly isn't afraid to have tough conversations.
Tell us something that we would have to catch our breath to learn about Dolly. I mean, first of all, Dollywood.
Yeah.
They're just printing money over there,
Well,
aren't they?
Dollywood, I guess one of the things I could share is she really eats Dollywood food, like, often. Like, if she asks me what I want for lunch, it's like...
She eats the Dollywood food.
I think the thing that I could tell you about Dolly, without sharing that sacred part of our relationship with everyone, is that she isn't afraid to have the tough conversations.
Okay, give us an example of a tough conversation.
So, a tough conversation I had with her, I told her, I'm wondering if I'm going to do the Grammys or not. And she said, well, of course you're going to do the Grammys. And you're not just going to show up, but you're going to show off.
Right.
And you're going to be everything that you are sitting right here in front of me. And she said, and don't forget about the beauty, you know, the hair, the makeup,
Sure.
the whole show. You know, it's armor for us. And, you know, she said to me, like, she has a good way of saying it. She's always said this to me. You do you, and I'll do me, and together we'll be us. So she wasn't telling me to be Dolly.
Yeah.
She wasn't telling me be fabulous, hide behind the sparkles in the hair. She was telling me to be me.
The 31-year-old, who said in the interview that she inherited narcissism from her father, revealed that her mom Tish is her hero when asked if she ever felt that Billy Ray was.
I hear a lot of people say in interviews, this, that, and the other, my father is my hero. Well, that ain't gonna happen at my house. Did you ever feel that way about your father?
I mean, honestly, my mom is my hero. And my father, I'm grateful for, first, his genes. My dad has great hair, and I got that. But he has a relationship and a foot on the ground to like the real and to nature, and he always did, even when he was super famous. I'm grateful for being able to watch him ahead of me. He's almost like giving me this map, and there is a map of what to do and what not to do, and he's guided me on both. And I do think him and I, we have really different upbringings. The way that my dad was raised, he grew up very poor in a very small town. His parents were divorced when he was very young. My dad had a pretty rough childhood, and my childhood really, I mean, we can go and we can talk about the hard times or the struggles, you know, turning in my homework and learning my lines was tough, but I had food, I had love, I grew up in a beautiful big house, and my dad didn't have that. And so I have a lot of empathy and compassion for his childhood, which obviously developed to create the man that he is now, that I have a lot of love for.
She continued to speak about her parents, adding that their roles can't be weighed on the same scale, but also said that she ultimately feels that they serve their children.
But he must have been fundamentally important, the way your mother was in your early career, and gets credit for 50%, the same amount as your mother gets, or not?
They're different. They can't be weighed on the same scale, actually.
Yeah.
Without my dad, I know, I mean, not just literally I wouldn't be sitting in this chair, I wouldn't exist, but I would not, who I am as a person, it wouldn't exist, because my dad, as a creative and like as an artist, and the way that his brain works has always made me feel safer in my own mind, because we're very similar in some of our ideas. So I think a lot of like his perspective on reality and on life I've inherited from him, more so than the way that I was raised, which really my mom raised me.
So anyway, to put a period on this, there's not estrangement here with your father. It's just kind of the way things are played.
Yeah, I think what is so beautiful is that my parents, they served their children. And I know this. My parents served us and sacrificed so much for us. Anything we dreamed of, they made possible.